Hi, Lee. Come on in. Can you close the door behind you?
Sure.
Thank you. Have a seat.
Thanks.
So, as you can see, not my regular work clothes today. Our company is going through their maintenance audit this year, and as a part of that audit, we do interviews with a variety of staff. So the interview process is completely confidential. The answers you tell me here today, they kind of get pooled into one big answer, if that makes sense. Your name does not get attached onto the audit as well. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. Never done this before.
It's okay. Don't be nervous. You're going to do great. To start us off, can you tell me a little bit about your job here and the hazards that you encounter in your job?
Sure. I'm a shipper receiver, so I work in that department. So when trucks come in, we unload them. Sometimes we have to do it by hand, so lifting heavy boxes. But most of the time we use the forklift, which is easier as far as lifting the boxes, but that's a hazard in itself, is driving the forklift.
Absolutely. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the controls that are in place to protect you from those hazards?
Yeah, so there was a safe work procedure that they reviewed with us that talked about lifting techniques, so lift with your knees and don't twist your back, that sort of thing.
Right.
And then we've had forklift training as well. I've gone through that. And then each time I use the forklift, I got to fill out the pre-use inspection.
Okay, good. And going back now to your safety orientation when you first started here, do you remember what topics were reviewed with you?
Some of them, yeah. We did, I remember WIMIS training. I remember safe work procedures for my specific department.
Yeah.
And I remember walking around with the supervisor, and he showed me fire extinguishers, muster point, AED, and the safety board too.
Yes. Yes, great, good. And lastly, can you kind of expand on some of those emergencies that can happen here? And if you did need to evacuate, where would you go?
Yeah, so fire would be an emergency, power failure, and then I think I remember tornado too being in there.
Yeah.
And so if we need to evacuate, we got to go to the muster point, which is at the far end of the parking lot.
Okay, awesome. So that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for your time, Lee. You did great. Nothing to worry about. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too, Aislinn.